Hi everyone, is my voice is clear or it is audible or not? If you can comment in the chat box, then only we come to know whether it is coming or not. So good morning to all, and once again hi each and everyone. Those are participating from Indian nationals, and some are from different time zones are there. Some are from participating in foreign nationals. So myself, Preetham Muneshwar, scientist working in INCOIS, and Ocean fishery related course coordinator. So this is day 5 fishery oceanography for future professionals morning session. Today I am going to be give a basic idea and overview of the mariculture and oceanography. In this mariculture and oceanography, so I will give another important content is site selection and site suitability criteria. So I will tell briefly in this session. So I hope everyone is joining one by one in online. If you are still not subscribed YouTube channel of INCOIS official Hyderabad, then you can subscribe our channel, then you will get notification, then you can see and you can access easily to the our course sessions. Thanking you. So I am going to be start my slide. So mariculture and oceanography, so I am going to be starting now. So introduction of mariculture is a so specialized branch of aquaculture which involve in the cultivation of marine organisms for food and other products in the open oceans or in tanks, ponds or raceways. Slides are coming or not? Not coming. Is there able to see my slides? So sorry for the disturbance. So coming to the introduction. So mariculture is a specialized branch of aquaculture which involves the cultivation of marine organisms for food and other products in the open ocean or in tanks, ponds and raceways which are filled with a marine water or seawater. So for example, compared to the mariculture, so coming to these example, finfish, shellfish, bivalves and seaweeds. So finfish and shellfish we can use as a food for human consumption, and at the same time bivalve also we can use, but bivalves we can use in food, and at the same time fashion industries also these products we can use for byproducts like that. And coming to the seaweeds is another important organism. So the seaweeds we can use in pharma industries and medical industries, and especially coming to the this animal husbandry sector, we can use these seaweeds as a feed. So mariculture involves 3 phases of using different kind of types based on the that facilities and involving phases. So coming to the in these, brood bank and hatchery, nursery, grow out. So why mariculture? Globally, aquaculture has fastest growing food production sector, which an annual rate of 6% in the last 2 decades, and it is reached 4.9 million tons in 2017. Most of the world fishing areas have reached their maximum potential for capsule fisheries production, while demand of seafood worldwide is steadily increasing. Aquaculture now supplies 1/3 of the seafood consumed worldwide. This is based on Food and Agriculture Organization 2001. So, meet the future demands for the food fish supplies, aquaculture production needs to increase by the 50 million metric tons by the year of 2050. And global review of the marine capture fisheries scenario reveals that 80% of the world's fish stocks for the which assessment is involving in the availability. Sir, fully exploit of the require effective precautionary management of the maximum wild capture fisheries potential from world's oceans have almost been exploited, and a more closely controlled approach to the fisheries management is very much requirement is there. So mariculture has 3 types based on the location area, that is far from the coast. Coming to these, we can give 3. So first is that coastal mariculture, then second one is off the coast mariculture, and third one offshore mariculture. So coming to these, so coming to fish, you see here some slide, fish what purpose we can use and what is the criteria. I have given some example like that, fish for food and income, self-employment, like that. So coming to the 3 types of based on location area. So in this coastal mariculture, of the off-coast mariculture and offshore mariculture, we can see once again. See, this is the slide I am showing the you people come to know the what is the difference between these 3 mariculture activities. So you can see location and hydrography, environment, access and operations. So coming to the coastal aquaculture, it is less than 500 meters from the coast. Coming to the off the coast, it is 500 meters to 3 kilometers from the coast. That is we called off the coast aquaculture. Then coming to the offshore mariculture, so it is more than 2 kilometers from the coast. So you people come to know this slide. This is the like difference between the coastal and off the coast and offshore mariculture. So coming to the next slide, site selection and water quality in mariculture, it is very important factor that determine production and mortality. Choice of the site for mariculture is the supreme importance, since the effect of water quality and influence the economic viability. Many problems affecting the culture as well as the environment can be avoided by the proper site selection. Site selection and water quality aspect for the culture of marine fish, shrimp, bivalves and seaweeds. So in this historically, so culture of marine species has been done in situ coastal water. Due to increased coastal developments, clean water and suitable sites for the coastal aquaculture are lesser. Open sea culture is major avenue for the expansion of the culture of marine fish. Then offshore culture of marine fish usually practiced in cages. For sea cage culture, the site can be in open sea, either estuarine or backwater. So criteria of selecting a site for marine cage culture, we need environmental and water quality parameters are required. So in this slide you can see these are the parameters are very important in this mariculture site selected and site suitability. So these are the physical, chemical and biological physical, chemical, biological and geological parameters are there. So these are parameter we can divide it into the environmental criteria parameters and water quality criteria parameters. Coming to the environmental criteria, depth, wind waves, currents and tides, substrate and bottom dynamics, carrying capacity, these are the coming in the environmental criteria. So then water quality criteria parameters are coming: temperature, salinity, dissolved oxygen and pH and etc. So I am going to be briefly explain about the environmental criteria. So coming to the environmental criteria is depth. Depth of the 6 to 10 meter at the low tide may be considered as a ideal condition for site selection. Cage should be in the sufficient depth of maximize the exchange of water, yet it keep the cage bottom well above the substrate or sea floor. In the order to avoid interaction between the cage bottom and sea floor, shallow bays with limited depth of water under cages are not favorable for the water renewal. It can cause chemical and bacterial infections, net damage and predations of the fish by crab and any bottom organisms. So coming to the wind and waves. Wind can be determined the sustainability of the particular site or area of the cage fish culture through its influence on the cage structure and cage stock. Area of violent storm are to be avoided, that is good, but of effective due to moderate winds can be profitable since it is help the maximum of water. So maximum permissible wind velocity limit is 10 knots for the floating cages. Wave size is determined by the wind velocity, wind duration and the distance of open water across which the wind blows, and also by the waves present when the wind start to blow. The windward end waves are poorly developed with the small wave heights and short periods of the oscillation. However, waves develop the distance reaching maximum size when they attain the same velocity as the wind. Wave height increasing with the wind velocity and wave energy increases proportionally with the square of wave height. The maximum limit of the height of the floating cage is 1 meter suitable. So coming to the currents and tides, in this good water exchange through cage is essential for both for replacement of oxygen and removal of the waste metabolics. Weak and continuous current stream is favorable to bring oxygen and removes waste in the cage. However, the excessive currents impose additional dynamic loadings damaging cages. So reduce the cage usable volume due to deformation of the net and may adversely affect fish behavior. The limits of current velocity is with a minimum of 0.5 meter to a maximum of 1 meter. So coming to another parameter, substrate and bottom dynamics. Sea bottom floor ranges from rocky to soft mud. This bottom floor is the cage site. Substrate or mud or rock bottom may cause difficulties for a safe and reliable anchoring for the cage. Sandy or gravel bottom is generally suitable. It is very important to avoid area of erosion, transportation and accumulation of oxygen consuming organic material. If the bottom water exchange is small, the oxygen deficiency will be higher, and this can be lead to the formation of hydrogen sulfate, which at a certain concentration may become lethal. So then coming to another parameter, carrying capacity. So major consideration in the site selection is carrying capacity of the site, the maximum level of the production that site might be expected to sustain. Intensive farming results in production of the waste which can be stimulated productively and alter the water quality. Hence the probability of the even viability is affected. So these are environmental criteria parameters. So then I am going to start water quality criteria parameters. In that, temperature, dissolved oxygen, salinity, these will be come. So I am going to give idea of temperature suitable for site selection. So fish and other farmed organisms have no mean to controlling body temperature, which change with that environment. Rise in the temperature increase metabolic rate and causes a concomitant increase in oxygen consumption and activity, as well as production of ammonia and carbon dioxide. Salinity is a measure of the amount of dissolved solids present in water, and it is usually expected in the pot for the 1000. It is relevance of mariculture lies principally in its control of osmotic pressure, which generally affect the ionic balance of aquatic animals. Rapidly fluctuating conditions of temperature and salinities are harmful for the marine organisms. So considerable seasonable changes also to be take care of during the culture period. Most tropical marine life aquaculture at temperature it should be 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. So coming to the another water quality parameter, salinity. So preferable salinity range is to mariculture, it is around 25 to 40 parts per 1000 or ppt. Dissolved oxygen, then again dissolved oxygen is required by in higher marine organism for production of energy for essential functions such as digestion and assimilation of food, maintenance of osmotic balance and activity. Oxygen requirement is vary with species to species. Stage of development, size, and also influenced by the environmental factors such as temperature. Solubility of oxygen in the water declines with increasing temperature and salinity. If the supply of the oxygen deviates from the ideal feeding, food conservation, conservation and growth and health can be adversely affected. It is therefore important the good oxygen conditions is to be sight. During the day there is a net production of oxygen, but at night when photosynthesis stops, the algal community in water becomes a net oxygen consumer. The environmental conditions conducive to blooms usually occur during the warmer months in the areas subject to high nutrient influx. Avoid areas of the occasional requirement of the blooms from the cage. So external sources such as sewage discharges and agriculture runoff may be important contributor to the bloom. However, a sudden upwelling of nutrient rich water from the deeper layer of the water body may also stimulate blooms. Marine sand having good bottom currents which deprive setting waste are desirable. Preferred DO level for the mariculture is more than 6 milligram per liter is a preferable for mariculture. So coming to the another parameter, pH. The pH gives an ideal whether is the water is acidic or extreme of the pH can be damaged the gills surface leading to the death, and it is effect to this toxicity of several common pollutants like ammonia and heavy metals. The pH of seawater usually ranges 7.5 to 8.5. But coming to this site selection suitably, pH suitability is 7.8 to 8.4 we can prefer. Turbidity and total suspended solids and colors transparency. Turbidity refers to the decreased ability of water to transmit light it caused by the suspended particular matter. The quality and quantity of material suspended in the water column at any particular moment is largely determined by the water movement, which transport fractionates and modified solids. Large dense particles are more easily settled in the bottom, but less dense particles suspended solids in a suitable site for the net cage culture should not exceed 2 mg per liter. So optimum transparency expressed as sachets, visibility for the marine mariculture. So it is less than 5 meter as yearly mean. So coming to the another parameter, inorganic nitrogen. Level of ammonia nitrogen in the water should preferably be less than 0.1 mg for the liter. The ammonia nitrogen in the water by the decomposition of uncertain food and debris at the bottom can affect the fish. Normally in the coastal area, sewage discharge and industrial pollutions are the main source of higher level ammonia in seawater. Nitrate and nitrite also contribute to the inorganic nitrogen. The total inorganic nitrogen preferable for the mariculture less than 0.1 milligrams per liter. So coming to the another parameter, total inorganic phosphorus. Phosphorus is a limiting nutrients needed for the growth of all plants, aquatic plants and algae. Excess concentration of phosphorus can result to algal blooms. The total inorganic phosphorus for the mariculture is less than 0.015 mg per liter. So COD, then again another parameter coming to the COD, chemical oxygen demand. Water represents the amount of oxygen required to the oxidize all the organic matter, both biodegradable and non-biodegradable, by the strong chemical accident. Preferred chemical oxygen demand for the mariculture is less than 1 mg per liter. Then coming to the another parameter, chlorine. Both free and combined residuals available chlorine are extremely toxic to the fish. The measurable concentration of the chlorine in the mariculture is less than 0.02 mg per liter. So another parameters we have to consider that in the chemical parameters, it's heavy metals. So coming to the heavy metals, originated mainly from the anthropogenic industrial pollutants, avoid such nears to the industries and influence discharge outlets if any present. The toxic of the heavy metals is related to the dissolved ionic from the metal rather than the total concentration of the metal. Mercury is a toxic to the both aquatic life and humans. Inorganic form occur naturally in rocks and soils. It is being transported to the surface water through erosion and weathering. However, the higher concentration of the can be found in areas near the industries. The most common source of caustic soda, fossil fuel combination, paint, pulps and paper, batteries, dental amalgams. In this, mercury remains in the inorganic form, which is less toxic until the environment becomes favorable. Low pH, low dissolved oxygen, then high organic matter, whereof the sum of the converted into the methyl mercury, the more toxic organic form. Methyl mercury tends to accumulate in the fish tissue, thus making the fishes unsafe to eat. The total mercury in water for the mariculture should be less than 0.1 mg per liter. So copper also one of the metal, this it should be in preferable is less than 0.02 mg per liter. Then coming to the another chemical parameter, pesticides. So pesticides refers to any chemical used to control unwanted non-pathogenic organisms, including insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, algicides and others. These chemicals are designed to be toxic and persistent, that it is also to concern in aquaculture. It can affect the quality of the aquaculture products as well as the health of the fish and humans. So pesticides can be split into the 7 main categories, namely inorganic, organophosphorus, carbomatous, derivatives of phenyloxylate acid, urea, pyridinium and derivatives of the triazine. So the the safe level of DTTs group in the water marine life. Should care less than accessibility, should be near shore preferably. So coming to the another site selection criteria, harmful algal bloom. So harmful algal blooms we have to eradicate from the site selection. So some coastal waters are known for the appearance of the sudden blooms of certain phytoplankton capable of producing highly potent toxics that are harmful to the marine fauna and any other animal that feed on them. So harmful, we have to eradicate harmful algal blooms, HABs. So unfortunately it is the often difficult to predict if any area is prone to be affected by these toxical blooms. However, during the site selection process and inquiry of the past history of the harmful algal blooms in the area is much more necessary. So these are the main things. I have given some overview and basic overview of the parameters for the site selection. So now I am going to be another slide, some of the key assumptions about the near future development of the mariculture. So near future mariculture developments will be mainly take place within the exclusive economic zone, EEZ, in this order to ensure that national governments over development and management and to provide for the legal production of interveners. Mainly use cages for the fish and long lines for mollusk as culture system relatively close to coastline because of the depth associated with the coast, threatening culture system to the seafloor in the relatively shallow coastal waters. Limited by technical constraints and mariculture system installation, maintenance and endurance related to the depth of threatening, we depend on onshore facilities like to support growth installation, example feed, holding, seed, storage, maintenance, setup for the processing and transportation, harvested animals. So protected from the storm damage and with reliable access to grow out the site. This is also one of the important things is that. So in close proximity to mariculture site in the order to minimize distance related to the cost of the transport services. Mainly employ species of the already proven culture technologies and established markets. Compete and conflict with some other uses of the ocean space but will be complete with others. So these are the some of the key assumptions about the near future development of mariculture. So coming to the next slide, I will give some of the example of the mariculture activities going in different areas. So coming to this slide, you people come to know these are the mariculture sites, cage culture activities. So they are people are maintaining and they are working. These are the in this another image you can see different slides we can see. So coming to the another slide, so I am going to be tell in this mariculture site selection and suitability. So site selection is now completed. So we are coming to the site suitability. So different kind of suitability models are there. See, you can see in this slide you come to know different kind of suitability maps products, then only then final our suitability model we can produce. So here you can see, and another slide I will, this is also another slide for mariculture site selection. Here you can see aquaculture site selection, environmental and socio-economical and administrative level we have to make sub model. So according to our need we can make our site selection suitability model like this. These are the some criteria, and this how to we have to download data, how to make this model selection suitability I will tell in upcoming advanced series of fishery professional fishery oceanographer future professionals. So coming to the next slides, this is the site suitability parameters we can consider as depth, sea surface current, sea surface height, wind speed, total suspended matter, temperature, salinity, dissolved oxygen, chlorophyll A. See, in that we can see unsuitable and least suitable, suitable, highly suitable. So we can consider these two, suitable and highly suitable. So these are the parameters to the depth in this I am giving here. You see, you come to know it is in width measure, it is meters and centimeters squares, like that. Temperature like Celsius and salinity PSU. Coming to the suitable, it is, you see, depth is 10 to 50 meters is suitable. Then highly suitables, coming to the highly suitable criteria, it is 50 to 100 meters. So you people can see this slide. Then coming to the another slide, see, this is another thing is that in this slide what I am trying to show, this is HDPE floating circle cage. This is made by ICR, Central Marine Fisheries Fishery Research Institute in India. This is we can say this is low cost design cage technology. This is introduced in India 2007 by CMFRA. So coming to the this slide, you people come to know the in orally in the slope which area is depth suitable for the sea cages and long lines within the exclusive economic zones. See here some measurements are there. Depth suitable for the cage are green, that long lines, and orange too shallow, less than 25 meters, then sky blue too deep, then blue high seas. Then coming to the brown, it is mariculture nationals, mariculture activities, those are going to the nationals. Then another thing is light brown, it is no mariculture. And coming to the another being, it is totally white, mean it is landlocked areas. So you people come to know this is the where is mariculture is going on in the whole the globe. So coming to the another slide, this is the pie chart. I am trying to show orally how much mariculture suitability is there, that is depend upon the different parameters, like you see current speed suitable for the sea cages, long lines, and to the cost effective area for the development. Coming to the this pie chart, this is too deep and too shallow, depth or current speed is not suitable. Then another one, depth and current speed suitable, depth and current speed suitable outside of the cost effective area, this below pie chart. Then you see orange and depth and current speed is suitable. So this is I am trying to saying that the basic idea about the how much that EZ area is suitable, how much it is not suitable, like that I am trying to saying. So advanced course we can give more explanation about this. Okay, coming to the another slide. In this slide I am trying to show mariculture production 2004 to 2008 in tons per the kilometers of the coastline and number of countries involved in this. You can see these are the parameters are there. It is which one, how much it is coastline is there. If you see perfect this slide, then you come to know which country's performance in the coastal line, the tonnage is more or which one is less, like that you come to know. So coming to the next slide, these are the some example of the model of the sea cage and long line for the offshore mariculture. You see these are the sea cages and long lines are settled in the sea. You can see other small boats are coming to feed to them. So this is another slide, this slide only another this diagram I am trying to show. It is effect of the current speed on culture structures and the culture organisms. Current speed of affects culture structures. So you see the parameter, the centimeter, how much is there. Okay, then coming to the another slide. So these are the some example that industrial wise we are going to offshore mariculture. I am giving these are the image. You come to know that where the mariculture is going on, like what type of, this is the spatial overview. You can see this is the fish cage in rough weather in the Norway, Kingdom of Norway. Then another also group, then Atlanta Clive, then different cages along the coast of Norway. You can see this is the industrial level mariculture activities going on the offshore level. So coming to the another slide. So here I am trying to tell species indicative of different kinds of offshore mariculture. These are the potential for the globally. So cobia, Atlantic salmon and blue mussel, these are the very important species. So globally is mariculture activities going on in upon this species. So coming to the another slide, status of the mariculture from the spatial perspective. You can see criteria mariculture, how many nations are involving, and non-mariculture national also. You can see here, you come to know how many how many nationals and the production. So I have to give some basic idea about the how much nationals are following this mean tonnage and medium maximum. So see here total mariculture countries in 93 and territories. Production of the aquatic plants and animals tons kilometer for the coastline, you can see here. So I hope this slide may useful for the how much of countries are involving in mariculture national wise. I try to told that line. So coming to the next slide, you can see number of nations and corresponding areas meeting depth, current, speed and cost effective area criteria for the offshore mariculture and development. So coming to the technical economic feasibility, you can see mariculture nations, nation how much area square kilometer is there, non-mariculture countries, then total how much is there. So in the depth suitable for the cages, long lines, current speed suitable for the cages, depth and current speeds suitable for the cages and long lines, cost effective area that is up to 25 nanometers from the coast. So cost effective areas 25 nanometers, it is preferably we can take. So you people come to know in this slide that how much nationals are there, that square kilometers, the total area I am giving in this slide. Okay, coming to the next slide. This slide shows a ranking by area of main mariculture nations in depth suitable for the sea cages and long lines. So coming to the, you can see this is the area square kilometers and how many nationals are involving in this mariculture activity, which one is top, which one is least. So you can see a Russian Federation, it is top level. So then Australia, like that. If you come to see this Philippines or Japan are least ranking in the mariculture is there. So this is graph I'm trying to say that this mariculture nations and depth suitables for the sea cages and long lines for the rankings. So thank you. Now I hope everyone know about the basic overview of the mariculture site suitability and site selection. If you people can understood it is very well, then it may be useful for the your career. So Another that suitability parameters and in depth we will produce and provide in advanced upcoming fisheries oceanography courses. So if any question and answer, you can chat box, you can comment in chat box, then I will get, then I will try to give all the question and answer most probably. Thank you. So once again I am trying to tell that you people subscribe our Incoins official Hyderabad channel, then you will get notification, then you may know how many courses are going on, and course you can easily access the course and you can watch till up the end of the course. So this is very much useful. Various questions.
WhatsApp.
So I try to give some questions answers. So one question: global warming can be benefit or harm aquaculture? It will depend on the species that is grown and the farming technology is used. So obviously it is affect water chemistry level, like decrease DO. If CO2 is increased, it will lead acidification or marine ecosystem. So another question: what potential positive and negative impact have you observed in your country, for example bivalves, seeds or fish, due to global warming? So I'm giving this answer: due to greenhouse CO2, dissolved capability of CO2 will increase in the ocean and coastal ecosystems. pH level or water will be decreased. The definitely it will affect shellfish organisms like mollusks, arthropods, from form of calcium carbonate body. So another question: can this create conflict between coastal fishermen and mariculturists? Yeah, is there any adaptive measurement? Mariculture is a great income source of fisherwomen in coastal community. Government is providing subsequently development mariculture activities in coastal community economic development, and it highly mitigate climate change through increased seaweed farming. Hence it is will not create any conflicts between coastal fishermen and mariculturists. So another question I have received: What are the major difficulties to the develop a mariculture site? So coming to this, any human activity is pollutant discharges are more. It will create harmful algal blooms. So another question, how often is the coastal communities involved in the mariculture project? Yeah, subsidy given by the government agencies, and they are providing which way we have to go and which mode we have to go. Different government officials and organizations, and some of the NGOs also, they are providing different training activities in this. Is there any negative impact of mariculture and coastal areas? Yeah, not much negative impact, and positive impact is coming to more. So I am trying to give all the questions answer. Is there any negative impact factor in mariculture or coastal areas? Not much negative impact, and positive impact is more coming to. I answered this question. Another question, whether is there any successful mariculture system in India? So yeah, coming to this question, CMF ICR Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, CMFRI, actually has developed the technology for this low cost technology developed for this mariculture activity. It is happened in 2007. If any questions, you can chat in message in chat box. Then our colleagues, they will send it through mobile. Then I will give answers. So another question, greenhouse gas emission and strong currents and wave will affect the biogeochemistry of water. Yeah, compulsory greenhouses, it will affect to the biogeochemistry. It will affect directly or indirectly. So once again, I'm saying that, dear participants, those are register in this fishery oceanographic future professionals basic level course. They will be follow our official YouTube channel, Incois Official Hyderabad. You can subscribe, then you will get notification. You can see all the our lecture series, this course, and you can access easily. You can read and you can watch. If we are after this completion of course, we are going to be conduct my exam also. For that purpose also it is useful. Then those are submitting feedback forms and successfully completing the exam. For them only we are going to be provided by the certificates, e-certificates. So another question, in which India coast mariculture is being practiced? So this answer, northwest coast and southeast coast is very much suitable for the mariculture for the our Indian coast being to be we are going practicing. So another question came, out of 3 types of mariculture, coastal, off the coast, offshore, which is most feasible practicably, which one is being practiced more Indian coast? So in our Indian level we are most preferably we are practicing the coastal mariculture only. It is coastal mariculture we highly it is preferable for the Indian level. So if any doubt you can message in chat box, then we come to know and most probably try to give all the question and answers. So another question, what are the negative impact of the chlorophyll A abundance in mariculture? So specifically we cannot say about the chlorophyll pigments. We can other planktons like dinoflagellate, causes biotoxin in the shellfishes. If any questions, so which are the typical species being cultivated? So coming to the Indian scenario, we are going to culturing different marine species, like you can see here silver pampano, sea bass, Indian pampano, and cobia. These are like Indian contest. These are the marine fin fishes we are going to practicing in the mariculture, coastal mariculture. And recently CMFRI developed another mariculture technology for the species of orange spotted grouper. These also successfully um, cultured in the coastal mariculture. So if any questions again. No any questions now. I hope I have given all the questions answers. uh, so this is the time to I am going to the end to the this morning session. So stay tuned with the YouTube channel of Incois Official Hyderabad. Subscribe and watch. Those are Indian national, they can watch this time zone. Those are non from non other foreign countries people, uh, they can watch later also. This is the feasibility in the YouTube online course. That is why we have made this course. That is the main reason to we made this course. If you people are more interested in this kind of fisheries oceanography courses, then we can make advanced level, then another kind of level of courses in this in future. So if people are interested, then you can give feedback. We will provide feedback form. In that you can you people are mentioned like that these requirement is there or not, like that, and any what content we have to give, what kind of courses you can suggest, which is in positive manner. If any doubts, please you can mail muneshwar.p@incois.gov.in. I will give your question answers anytime. Hope you people are understood of this basic level mariculture site selection and site suitability course. So I am going to be ending this course. Thank you once again. Thank you all.